Let's boost the beamers and the beams. To all of my ladies and my men, you keep your head up into the bush. What's up, collective? This is Divine Eye Missy back with another general reading for my beautiful and handsome collective, y'all. I don't know. I might just be an old school kind of, vibe or something going on. But yeah, was listening to the Lost Boys. Let's cook the demons in the beans. To all of my ladies and my men. I don't own the copyrights to it, child, but that's what I've been jamming to. This is a general reading, so only take what resonates. I hope you guys are doing well. I really do. I hope you guys are also having fun or had, a decent weekend. For some of you, your weekend could start during the week when it comes to your days also. Like I said, I'm telling you now, if you didn't hear me say it already, make sure you make the best of your days off. Don't do something out of the, do something out of the ordinary. Don't do your usual. You know what I'm saying? Get out of your comfort zone. Whatever it is that you've been saying you wanted to do or try out or go look into or whatever you've been putting off, you need to use that time when you off to or when you bored to go do that, whatever that is. Especially if it's something that is not costly. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look into things that may be going on in your area that you can, be part of, participate in, whether it's a volunteer effort or something like that, when it comes to giving back to the community or whatever it could be, for children or, the less fortunate, the homeless or whatever, make sure that you're making use of your time. Don't just be bored for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of work we can be doing in God's kingdom. All right? We be worried about what the nation and, what the president and some more people doing and shit. And our focus is really on what God wants us to be doing for his kingdom, for the building of our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Because the world going to be the world whether we in this month or not. You hear me? So, I know we all got our responsibilities to whatever it is. Whatever our calling is different for everybody. So don't let one person's calling, get you caught up in, thinking that that's your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their purpose. Okay? Everybody's is not the same. Everybody ain't called to do the same thing. And that's why a lot of times you don't get the support from people that you feel like you should get it from, especially if you feel like they should understand. Alright? As much as people talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your soul tribe where you can check each other and not have to talk about each other behind each other's back and shit like that. You can respectfully, say something. They can say something to you. Don't be no two-faced, you know what I'm saying, contradicting kind of person. To where you can say something to them, but they can't say nothing to you. You too soft for that. You know what I'm saying? You too perfect for that. Or you too flawless, to be. I'm just trying to tell you, ain't nobody perfect, but that kind of thing, but be able to tell each other, listen, girl, listen, that shit you were saying the other day, or, because not too many people check their homeboys, you know what I'm saying, but they'll support them in their bullshit until they want to do something different, and they want to do that shit low-key. Man, I ain't gonna tell my boy I want to do this, or I ain't gonna let my boy know I'm soft like this, I ain't gonna let my boy know I'm balanced in my feminine and my masculine, because they're gonna try to dog it. You know what I'm saying? If you dealing with people like that, they need to leave them folks alone. That's just period. You know what I'm saying? That person need to mature, grow up. That person, whoever that is, they got to be more focused on what their friends think of them, need to grow up. You need to leave them people alone. That ain't your soul tribe. Because if that person holding you back from being a better you, and you worried about what they going to say and how they going to talk about you, they already doing it anyway. Shit, what you worried about, they already talking about anyway, so keep going. Go on and make the change and keep it moving. Shit, it's for you, it ain't for them. But let's get this message out. Thank you guys for your support of my channel. If you have not subscribed so far, I would love for you to. At least by the end of the read, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this message out. But thank you guys so much for your support. All right. What's the message for my collective Holy Spirit? Holy angels, whatever we need to know. What do my collective need to know? And I will show you the spread, the card. So, what does my collective need to know? The spirit from the angels. Overall energy. All right, you got was blind to let you go. Divine feminine came out in reverse. So somebody realized probably right after you walked away or something, they was blind to had let you go, or somebody. Yeah, somebody was blind to let you go. I feel like whatever it is somebody said in the past, whoever broke it off with who, like somebody wish they had, put more effort into just letting something happen. Strong boundaries is the next card. Somebody may not have had boundaries in the before. Construction site worker can be significant. All in reverse came out. Somebody wasn't all in the past. I feel like somebody had one foot in, one foot out. Like somebody may have been all in, another person wasn't. But I feel like when it came to somebody, was blind to let you go, divine feminine in the past, they may not have had strong boundaries, at the time, and they may have let people, in that in places, or just gave people more access to their life and their decisions, their choices, than they should have. Like somebody cared about what other people thought too much. They could have been a people pleaser, but they, wish they had have said something or did more of something, or did more. Because I feel like somebody, thought, things would be okay even if you walked away or they walked away. Somebody, whoever ended whatever this is, whoever this person is that come to mind that you ended things with, they feel as though, they could have did more, but at the same time, they pride may have gotten in the way of them, like not wanting to look like they begging. Okay. But I feel like, with the strong boundaries out here, it's like a King of Swords, Queen of Swords kind of energy now. Like somebody realizing now they need to have clear communication, boundaries put in place, whether it's family, friends, co-workers, period. Like somebody needed to have strong boundaries. Somebody allowed people in and did not, have like, okay, that's enough. You're going too far. Kind of, boundaries with people. Like saying, something and sticking to it. I'm tired of letting people do this, or I'm not going to go this, or something start to go in this direction, I'm just gonna back out. I'm not gonna, tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? Or if I know, a certain behavior, or somebody saying something ain't cool, like don't allow it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know how like some people will try to check somebody when they got their person around, but if their person ain't around, they don't even bother checking their friends about the shit they be saying. So it's like a past person that's using it as an example. If a past person, you got friends or family that talk shit about you when you ain't around, but they don't check them about it. And like saying, like, you don't even know them like this, so why you speaking on them like that? Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be minding my fucking business. Or don't, I know you my sister, I know you my brother, I know you, but respectfully, don't do that. Because y'all don't know that person like I do. But at the same time, if you around and they know these people do this, it's like they don't, they know not to do that around you, but they don't never check them, even if they do kind of, slick, maybe saying something, that you unaware of, or they saying something that's over your head, or whatever the case may be. It's like that. If somebody didn't have boundaries in the past, like they let people say things, go there with them that shouldn't have, and they may not, have said nothing, just trying to save face, or like, don't want to call them out because they don't want to have no, issues with them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want them bringing up their past and like trying to talk shit about them because they saying something about you, or they trying to defend you, or they looking like, they soft for you or some shit like that. Because that's what I'm getting. And you may have had boundaries with this person, whoever this is that comes to mind, but they didn't have them. Clarify was blind to let you go. Clarify was blind to let you go. Why is this in reverse? You got the Empress at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Taurus. Somebody could have been glad they let somebody go in the past. Like somebody could have been a false divine feminine, a fake divine feminine, or was wearing a mask with this Empress in reverse. Like somebody knew why they let somebody go. They could have confessed to somebody like how they feel about somebody else or something like that, or they, and how they, may not have had everything. Like I had everything, but that person or something like that. Yeah. Clarify what's blind to let you go. Page of Wands. With the Six of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck now. Aries, Leo, Sag, like somebody is like having like this something that happened that was like an eye opener for somebody. You be seeing red birds or red bird. Because I feel like somebody, at the time was like, yeah, somebody was conceited. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may have, had took a fall from grace too. Somebody was, I don't know if somebody, was just on, into themselves, or like more self-centered or something like that, or somebody was like, in their ego. They could have been very conceited. Like this could have been like somebody that felt like, some people feel like they, like I'm the it person. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, who gonna miss shit? You gonna miss me before I miss you, kind of thing. But I feel like that's not, how somebody ended up feeling though. I feel like, it took something to happen, like for something to actually walk, I'm saying, like for somebody to actually go away. Cause it's like a, an eye-opening moment for somebody. Like it may have taken you to walk away, but it's like now somebody knows, like whatever ideas or something that's stirring, like within this person. It's like somebody, trying to figure out, like, new ideas. Like somebody trying to turn something into action now. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was blind to let you go in the past, but it's like, they may have, been trying to figure out like how to take some action. Like somebody may not have knew exactly, like, they were keeping it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same time, like somebody didn't know really how, like, to do something, without it being awkward. I feel like, when somebody going on a spiritual journey, people start to look at you different. Like they notice it before you do, that you changing up. But it's like not something that you not welcoming. It's something like, that allows you to see the world around you different now. Like you don't see stuff the way you used to. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may be used to your response being this until it ain't no more. And you that used to be that gossiping person. Now you that person like, man, don't do that shit around me no more. Like, and then you got some people that'll say like, yeah, I used to be like that, but I ain't, I see how that look now. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a good look. That wasn't the right way to be. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there was, that wasn't that's not how it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit can't be like that. And this person, whoever they are, they could be a Aries, Leo, Sag, but this person might feel like, it's something new that they being called to do, but it's like, somebody seeing how, yeah. Somebody felt like, how some people, may be more spiritual and another person is more religious. And it's like somebody may look at another person like, man, they're taking that shit way too serious. And it's like somebody else felt like they was like, shit, I don't need to be, I don't need to do all that. Shit, I'm gonna let them have that. That's what I'm getting with this six of wands in reverse. And then it's somebody that don't take responsibility. They like don't take accountability well. Like this is somebody that don't even probably apologize very easily. They'll look at somebody else like shit, they brought that on themselves. They ain't gonna even wanna be part of the reason why somebody went in that direction, or the fact that they, contributed some type of, behavior or action, or, something to a situation turning out the way it did. But with this page of wands out here, it's like somebody, a free spirit, you know what I'm saying? They got like a new passion for life. And somebody didn't see that in the past. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you may have wanted to go on a new journey in life or something like that, or a new phase in life. And this person you may be younger than this person, but they were looking at it like, you were trying to act like you better than them. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. But I just said that before I even started to read. It's blind to let you go. Give me some more on this. What's blind to let you go, divine feminine? What's this page of swords? What's blind to let you go? Mm-hmm. Seven of wands. Leo energy. With the queen of swords at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be a Libra with Virgo placements or something like that, or a Libra could be dealing with a Virgo. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody defensive now, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody see, another person, or they see that you got your guard up. You know what I'm saying? You got boundaries, strong boundaries is out here. Eight of Cups, right behind this Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, but it's in reverse. Eight of Cups is in reverse. Piscean energy, like somebody is like, looking at how in the past they stayed in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have been indecisive, you know what I'm saying? They may have had issues like with travel. You may have stayed at a distance with this person, or something just may have been distant between you and them, but it's like somebody had like issues, with travel, like something, maybe you and this person lived at a distance, so it may have gotten in the way of, things progressing, moving forward, or something like that. But with this Queen of Swords, this is somebody that's unbiased. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that's not, they supportive, but they don't judge. Like, this is somebody that allows, they're a free thinker. You know what I'm saying? Man or woman. Water sign could be dealing with an air sign. Somebody could have fire in their chart as well. Whoever this air or water sign is. Somebody could have fire in their chart or earth. What's the Page of Wands with the Seven of Wands? It's a fool to let you go. It's a fool to let you go. What's the Page of Wands with the Seven of Wands? Verify the Page of Wands with the Seven of Wands. Somebody got their guard up now, like somebody's very defensive. You know what I'm saying? Standing their ground. This is Page of Wands with the Seven of Wands. Got the Three of Pentacles in reverse with the Death. Yeah, somebody lacked, somebody had commitment issues in the past. Like somebody didn't want to commit. Whatever this is, it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be a Capricorn. It could have, Capricorn in their chart, whoever this water sign is. It could be a Scorpio, or it could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But somebody could have Earth in their chart, like I was saying. But somebody's heart chakra open now. Their third eye was blocked in the past anyway. So even if this person saw you or didn't see you as somebody, that they could learn and grow with, like collaborate with, or, teamwork makes the dream work. But at the same time, you can't be a one-man army or a one-woman army for somebody else. You can't do somebody else's part. They have to do their part in the connection. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody may have lacked, the ability to commit. They may have had commitment issues. You know what I'm saying? And not just with love, but just anything. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody don't finish what they start. Like they'll get involved, and this could be a runner. Could be somebody, when emotions get involved, the emotions get high, and they start, seeing somebody, want to have more with them. Like they pull away, or they feel like, it's better if they emotionally unavailable. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want their emotions to get involved. Tower at the bottom of the deck. With the Ten of Wands, like somebody is having to go through, some pain, a painful loss. Like this is, an intense, like sudden change. Like, and this could be the fact that somebody was refusing to change, and it just became more and more obvious that they need to with the death out here. So now, like somebody's going through like a painful transformation or transition, when it comes to a heart chakra opening. So like now somebody's, well aware that the ways that they used to have may have come from a lot of, insecurities on their behalf, and they projected a lot of that onto other people, as a way to not commit. So whatever those issues were in the past, maybe they done been, a product of like broken homes and stuff like that, or failed marriages, connections, or whatever, some, cheating and stuff like that, or just seeing people, not doing things, fairly, treating another person fairly, like just, keeping a lot of things hidden, when it comes to secrets, or just like toxicity, like failed connections. Like this could be, past, relationship, issues, like whether it's family related, whether it's mom or dad, or whether it's, just things they may have had, some growing pains growing up. You know what I'm saying? Who don't? But at the same time, you have to deal with the root of the problem, of knowing like, oh, this started for me when I was in middle school, around that time when I was, going through this, going through that, and I was seeing stuff this way like you. But you have to be honest with yourself. But this person, is going through a death. You know what I'm saying? Like with the death out here, they could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Um, they could, be, shedding that old version of themselves, because this is somebody like putting, some things to rest, like tying up loose ends or just letting go of them things that no longer serve their higher self. In order for new things to come in, you got to get rid of the old things. You know what I'm saying? They got to fall away in order for, your heart to be open to new, love. And I feel like now somebody's, going through like not a bad tower, but I feel like this tower is necessary. But it's releasing them, right now, the Ten of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sage, like you could be letting go of things that don't serve your higher self. You know what I'm saying? This could be somebody that it was just weighed down, getting rid of like a lot of the responsibility that used to be a burden on them. This person may have, tried to uphold or have some type of lifestyle, or try to live a certain way or move a certain way, to keep, people from looking at them as somebody that is soft, or somebody that fall in love easily. I'm getting that too. Like somebody could fall for people easily or something like that, like easy to fall in love, or catch feelings. And it's like somebody, try to run from that because they don't want to keep being looked at like that, or they don't want to keep being or looking at themselves that way. What's the Three of Pentacles in reverse about? Four of Wands. Aries energy. Nine of Cups in reverse. At the bottom of the deck. Like somebody feel as though like if they had commitment issues in the past, this, could have been, over a marriage or something like that, that may have not. And this could be, the fact that this person, did not want to commit to a Four of Wands. Or they may not have felt like, they had what they needed. Like they may have felt like, they shattered your dream with that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody felt as though like even if they like they could have had a lot of insecurities, you know what I'm saying? With this Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's like somebody may have felt like they, didn't have what they needed to. I feel like somebody didn't think that they had what it took. Like somebody was not motivated, you know what I'm saying? It's like either somebody got overwhelmed by the responsibility or something like that. And it's like somebody like, let go and they just gave up. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody did not want that responsibility of like having to commit. It comes with a lot of responsibility. And somebody thought, letting you go would release them from that responsibility. But now somebody like seeing, the fact is, they were being not only selfish, but they were being, a coward. You know what I'm saying? Like being fearful of like what could happen if they made some changes. What would happen if I commit? Because I feel like Four of Wands, somebody knew, they may have felt like they wanted this Four of Wands. They really did. But I feel like this person knew that they had commitment issues. Like they, with this Nine of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck, like somebody felt like, a failure. Like they felt like, what they thought was, being successful, or what, gave them success, or what they felt like, was working for them by having all these other options, or they put all their energy into other cups. You know what I'm saying? Other things that they found that to be, things that would build success for them. Or make them happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what happened. Like somebody thought they had a lot going on and had all these other things going on that would fulfill, something, fulfill that void, but it didn't. And even with these 9 of Cups in reverse, it's like they couldn't commit to a lot of this stuff either. Like they wasn't committing to these things either. Somebody's throat chakra was blocked at one time. Like, it's open now. This person, wants to. They won't. Like somebody knew you wanted this. You know what I'm saying? Even if they didn't, like somebody, like that stability of belonging. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they see themselves with you in a 4-1. Like somebody see themselves with you. They got commitment issues, but they see themselves with you, but they feel like a failure. They feel like, they shattered your dreams. Like they feel like they, just like underachievement for them that they didn't end up with you. Like they feel like a fool. They had all these options, but none of these options, all these options just caused them to miss the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Knight of Swords in reverse. Man. Abuse, arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody really thought just because they had options they could be this way. Like they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Baby. Clarify strong boundaries. Clarify strong boundaries. This person wants this 4-of-Wands, but they, was sleeping on it because they felt like they had other options. You know what I'm saying? They weren't missing nothing. Clarify strong boundaries. Yep, 9 of Pentacles. Like you having, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like somebody know they got to have strong boundaries because you already self-efficient. You already abundant. You know what I'm saying? In your own right, whether you don't think so or not, collective, you already abundant. You know what I'm saying? You protect your peace, 4 of Swords. Like, at the same time, there's somebody that feel like they, in the past, was afraid of being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, somebody knows that they gotta have strong boundaries. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to their vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be vulnerable with somebody that you can be safe to be vulnerable with. But if somebody don't, respect your boundaries, you know what I'm saying? While you being vulnerable, 9 of Pentacles, and you coming with all this good energy, a good aura around you with harmony, you know what I'm saying? You coming with all this pureness, all this love, and it's like you gotta have boundaries with people because folks will come in and want to disturb your fucking peace. You know what I'm saying? And be immature and envious and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody don't like the fact that you self-efficient. Even if somebody got somebody that you once was involved with, shit, you still at a 9 of Pentacles without this person. And somebody can't really just shit on you and say, hey, I got that person over here. Okay, fine, that's cool, bet. But at the end of the day, it's not one monkey don't stop no show. If this person emotionally, emotional vulnerability, this person like don't, this is why somebody got commitment issues. Like they don't want to be vulnerable like that no more. But at the same time, this is somebody that's also immature as hell. You know what I'm saying? And deals with a lot of envy. Like somebody envies your boundaries, that you have up. And maybe this person not realizing the boundaries you had with them was something they needed to have. They needed to have them, but because they didn't, they allowed people, to, break, cross lines with them that they shouldn't have crossed. And they were able to get themselves in situations where they, start pulling back and feeling like, not committing is the way to deal with that. And it's not. Somebody ended up making somebody, causing somebody a 8 of Cups, like to walk away and giving them no choice but to walk away because they wasn't all in. This person was all over the damn place. Shit. Clarify no boundaries. Who is this with? No boundaries time. Child, what I see, Queen of Swords. You got the 9 of Pentacles out here and you got the Queen of Swords. Like somebody definitely got boundaries, strong boundaries. And you self-efficient. So at the end of the day, this is, somebody that got what they need. You already abundant. I don't give a damn if you feel like, well, I ain't really got much. You got what you need. You got more than what you need. And the sooner you start to feel that way, and do your daily affirmations and things like that, you got to see yourself in it, regardless of whether somebody else validate it or recognize it or not. You don't need other people recognition. And at the end of the day, why do you need everybody to know you got your shit together? Most of the people that you want to see you have your shit together, them be the main ones you got to look over your shoulder for, because they finding a way to sabotage this shit or find out how you got it so they can get, keep you from keeping it. Because they trying to get where you at. They don't want to celebrate with you. No. They don't want to, no, not on your dime. They don't want to celebrate with you. They want their own shit. They want their own shit. You got selfish people like that. You need to keep your boundaries in place and wait for your soul tribe to come in and allow yourself to be open to that, so that way, you can attract what your energy and what your affirmations hold. So if you want, positive people to come towards you, then make sure you let the universe know, keep anybody away from me that ain't genuine, that ain't positive. Because I want my peace. I want to continue on my journey the way it's destined for me. I know there are going to be people that's going to come towards you as a light worker. When you're a light entity, you attract dark and light. You're not going to be on your spiritual journey and not deal with dark entities, dark souls, people with dark intentions, not unpure intentions. Okay, got the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And this is somebody that's, abundant, got wealth, a good provider, disciplined and things like that. But at the same time, they may be coming in slow, when it comes to them releasing themselves of a lot of responsibility. But these strong boundaries, a Queen of Swords, could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. With this Queen of Swords out here, don't have to be. You can have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your chart or dealing with this. But don't have to be. Just take the signs out of it. Like, there's a Queen of Swords here that's self-efficient. You got a lot of good energy around you, a strong aura around you. So you're going to attract people, that look at you as somebody, that they can talk to, that listens to them. You know what I'm saying? So a construction worker or somebody who works at a construction site could be significant. Clarify all in. Why is that in reverse? Somebody happy. The sun. Clarify all in. Aries, Leo, Sag. Why is all in reverse? Why is all in reverse? Why is all in reverse? Ten of Cups. Like, if somebody wasn't all in, somebody happy, with where they at. But there's a Ten of Cups here. Nine of Swords in reverse. Somebody may not have been all in the past, but they, may not. Yeah, somebody was with somebody like a Queen of Wands in reverse. Like somebody was with a Nine of Swords. Damn. So you mean to tell me that somebody had somebody in their head over no contact, no communication, and somebody got in somebody's head but saying, "Hey, look, they ain't saying nothing to you, shit, fuck them." You know what I'm saying? Let them go, let them be. You know what I'm saying? And somebody went along with that, thinking that was going, because somebody didn't go all in with somebody that they wasn't gonna get to their Ten of Cups, but they did. Somebody happy and they still getting their Ten of Cups. I feel like somebody, was in their head, Nine of Swords. I thought, if they have somebody in their head about somebody being all, not being all in with them in the past. Like somebody healed, from something. With this Nine of Swords in reverse, this is recovery. You know what I'm saying? It like gaining clarity in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like releasing themselves from whatever they felt like, oh, okay, so this person ain't all in. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You know what I'm saying? So it may have been like a Queen of Wands in reverse, that was jealous, envious of the fact that somebody, wanted to be all in with you. And they jealous and envious of the fact that you were the faithful one. Page of Pentacles, like somebody seeing you as, faithful, trustworthy, somebody they can trust, somebody, that's, man, good at their manifestations. Like somebody knows that you a master manifester, like you manifest shit. You know what I'm saying? Faithful, a planner. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody loyal. Like they see you that you work on yourself. You do things to kind of develop your skill in situations. Like you don't just go after something, without any knowledge of it. Like you look into things. You know what I'm saying? You may take courses. You could be self-taught in a lot of things. You could learn just from watching certain stuff, but you could be a jack of all trades. But this is one thing about you being a page of pentacles. You could be young. You may not have much, but you are very skilled, very goal oriented. And somebody feel like they lost, they miss, their insecurities and stinginess, bad investments, cause them to miss an opportunity with you because they, lack that strength that you have. And somebody thought by you, them being stingy towards you and shit like that, or somebody telling them to be stingy towards you, that it was going to keep you from being happy and getting to your 10 of Pentacles. That's why I tell you to keep your vibration high. Keep your thoughts positive, but definitely do your affirmations every fucking day. Who is this is with this all in reverse? Like, who has something to say about this all in? Why is this all in reverse? Clarify this all in. Why is this in reverse? What is this regarding? Because I feel like somebody thought if somebody went all in with you or didn't work with you or like, give you this offer or something like that, that, you wasn't going to get this 10 of cups. Clarify all in reverse. We're going to close out. Why is all in reverse? Clarify. Why is all in reverse? The King of Swords came out with the 9 of Cups in reverse. Got the Fool at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Somebody was holding back in the past and they thought, if they held back from being all in, that somebody was naive in thinking that, if they held back from you that, you wouldn't be able to get something. or they can have their cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Like if they kept you waiting on them and things like that, like it would keep you from getting to this king of swords. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that has boundaries too. You know what I'm saying? Or them having to have boundaries or whatever. You meeting somebody that would actually match your energy. And I feel like somebody thought if they held back, you'll settle for where they were and accept them, for who they were, where they was at that time. And you'll be so shattered that they wasn't all in with you, that you wouldn't be open or available to getting, this somebody that'll match your energy, that got some self-discipline. King of swords, and this king of swords energy is here now, and it's like somebody now feel like a failure. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's your past person, like they now knowing they need boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Or they may have thought, if they didn't change or make these changes, that you wouldn't be with somebody like this hurt, or them, not being all in with you would shatter your dreams or whatever, like whatever success you thought, you could have with them or something like that. But I feel like, it's got a lot to do, somebody easily being manipulated. Somebody want to compromise, come to some type of peaceful solution, you know what I'm saying, resolving dispute, you know what I'm saying. Somebody want to, try to avoid conflict, but make, come to some type of solution, because somebody, was too naive, like, you know, and too hasty, you know what I'm saying, with thinking, they could go this route, you know what I'm saying, with a star. Like, damn, somebody bumped their fucking head, child. Because I feel like, when it comes to this all in being in reverse, like somebody with this king of swords with the nine of cups in reverse, this is like somebody that's clever. Like they know the ins and outs. They know, how to maneuver and think their way out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody that comes, with a lot of mental clarity, but they got a lot of morals, and they think, with justice in mind. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that's like got high standards. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody thought if they held back from you, you wouldn't be with somebody, or somebody wouldn't come along that got boundaries and know how to discipline themselves, and they ain't easily manipulated. Somebody was naive and thinking that you wouldn't, find that, like, or that you wouldn't leave them, for somebody that better. And now somebody, feeling like a failure because they didn't, or being naive and thinking that you wouldn't find something, or thinking that they couldn't be that person or something like that, or thinking that you wouldn't find somebody like that. What's this king of swords with the nine of cups in reverse? Clarify the king of swords with the nine of cups in reverse. Clarify the king of swords with the nine of cups in reverse. King of swords with the nine of cups in reverse. Two of cups. with the tower and the seven of swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck, right behind this tower. So somebody wants to give another person an offer. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Um, and somebody could be choosing themselves in a situation, or somebody didn't think, that they would. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this Two of Cups don't have to be, an offer, from another person, or even somebody you have like a magnetic, attraction to, you know what I'm saying, an understanding with, or something like that. But this Two of Cups can, also be somebody choosing themselves in a situation like self-love, and knowing that you have, what everything that you need, to move forward, and you will still, get your wish fulfillment. You will still get to your destiny, even if you have to do it alone. But I feel like with this tower, it's like divine intervention. You know what I'm saying? So somebody want to come in and take responsibility now. Somebody could have a confession. Like could be turning over a new leaf, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to reveal the truth now. With this King of Wands in the upright, like somebody want to come in as your protector. After gaining some clarity on the situation, thinking from their higher self, sacrificing, things that they know is no longer serving their higher self. It's not contributing to their character. It's not bettering, things in their life, for the good. Like somebody want to come in and release, this is like a tower that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? This was a tower that's necessary, or it's going to be a tower. Possibly, what, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or this is a tower that they may cause, with somebody else in order to come towards you, that maybe, that they were listening to, in the past, that may have been the reason why they, kept some secrets or put you in some type of competition, or they were, being dishonest, told some lies, you know what I'm saying? Being deceitful, deceptive, you know what I'm saying? Strategizing and some more shit, scheming. But this tower, is coming. It's a tower here, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is karma and this is divine intervention. So at the end of the day, like the shit gonna hit the fan. Not everything is going to. Not all change is bad, but it's necessary. And when you refuse to make changes and see something, within yourself that's getting in the way of your progress or your success, the Most High God got a way of sitting your ass down and making you see it, because now you ain't got no other choice but to see it. You ain't got no gas. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no ass. You know what I'm saying? And you got all the time in the world. So if, you acting like you too busy, ain't got time, then he got ways to start depleting, your finances, and start, depleting the people that come around you, making it real uncomfortable for you to be around these folks. And when you ain't got nothing to wear, when, what you're wearing ain't enough, what you got ain't enough, you start to sit at home, and that's just God's way of trickling, sprinkling a little something here and there to slowly but surely, isolating your ass to where you ain't able to get out and be comfortable and, as distracted as you trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Or wanting to be. You ain't gonna be. God got his way of getting through to you. You know what I'm saying? And sitting your ass down and quieting your mind and making you sit with yourself. Some people gotta be with somebody just because they don't want to be by themselves. And even if it's toxic people, they just want to be with somebody. I know they bad for me, man. I just can't be by myself. Why? You don't like yourself? You don't like what you're doing? And the wrong people gonna keep reminding you of why you don't like what you're doing. And pretty soon, you ain't gonna like yourself for doing it. And they ain't gonna even give a damn. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be talking about your ass for doing, like, man, if I were that person, I wouldn't even been fucking with me. I'd have been trying to get my... Exactly. You ain't doing them no favor. That's like waiting on somebody to get out of jail only for them to go back and do their shit they were doing. They got them locked up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in here. Let y'all see the spread. They want to come in and give you this, this Two of Cups, or even if this is, you choosing yourself in a situation. But either way, you still strong, you still happy, still getting your Ten of Cups, and whether this person felt like, you were going to get a King of Swords, or they would, even bring themselves to be a King of Swords after, feeling like a failure, like they underachieved, what they thought they was going to accomplish, and feeling like a failure, shattered their dreams of yours. Like, even if they want to give you this cup of love, it's also, you choosing yourself in the situation. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ain't gonna be all in with you, you can be all in for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And people don't like when folks choose themselves in a situation. That's selfish. But if they wanted to be part of, what you had going on, they'll be doing what God loved and not what they thought, was gonna work for just them. Because people will use your energy, to get what they want, and then don't want to be around you no more unless, the shit ain't working for them no more. Well, you ain't working for them no more. But I'm going to end it here. You guys, make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on your way out for your girl. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.